Hey all, boardgamerants here, where you'll find everything solo, tabletop gaming, and more. Welcome to part 2 here. We're going to get right after it in this solo tutorial using the Heir found in the Dalgard's Academy expansion. And I am on turn 2, and hopefully I can, my goal is this video to get to all the actions so we can call it an official tutorial. And then perhaps go on to the Academy if enough people want to. So let's start the turn off by rolling these dice and seeing what we get. There we go. Now, the other thing that you do that's unique to the solo variant is we have to pick 2 of these dice. So on one of these 4 spots here, we have to pick and re-roll 2 of these dice. And so you might look and you might think, oh, well, you know, there's a particular spot where, you know, I wish things were a little different. You can go for it. So for instance, I'm going to re-roll downtown here, and now we've got to move these 2 over here. That's nice, because now we've just got a little more options there. It's not kind of do or die. And then let's just go with the theater. Why not? We'll just roll that, flip that, and that's going to slide this over there according to those pips. Now that I've done that, we have to remember which ones that we rolled this turn, and I'll just put this little Heir marker on them, because next turn, the 3rd turn, we can't re-roll those dice. We have to re-roll the other 2, and it's going to go back and forth like that. So it'll be switching things up, and now in a very kind of definite pattern here. So that is the one step that's in this solo variant, and then we have to check. Let's check initiative. And again, I'm behind, so we're going to keep initiative the same. It's time to advertise, and the Heir always advertises free. There's the 2, and then I will spring for another little advertisement. And there we go. Now I have to decide what I want to do this turn. I'll be right back. And there we have it. That's going to be my choices here this round. Now we're going to go over to see what the Heir is going to do. So first of all, we have to discard this plan card. That's done. We're going to flip over a new one. And there's another setup card. Because again, that symbol is there, so it's going to definitely go right there and denote the priority for the Heir. Let's get these cards out. So it's going to do... we got ourselves a dark alley and a downtown, and then a handy dandy workshop. We always like seeing those workshops because, again, it doesn't do anything with a workshop. And then a theater, and doesn't have a character there to go out for the market row. So we just keep it at that for now. So I'm going to get to go first because I've got the initiative. But again, you're going to be looking to see what we're competing here on. And I want to go to Dark Alley, so does the Heir. I want to go to... Oh, I don't want to go downtown, because I already grabbed all those helpers there last turn. And the theater, I do want to go theater. So, Dark Alley and theater are contested. Knowing this, and then looking up at the priority order, is going to go theater first, and then Dark Alley last. Well, for me, I tell you what, Dark Alley is low on the priority. I'm going to get the same amount of action points, so I want the sweeter spot in the theater, most likely. In the theater, the Heir would like to go closest to Sunday, and if it went closest to Sunday, it would beat me out of, well, wait, I'm sorry, Sunday, that's this way, so it wants to go here, and it would leave me with Thursday, which would have some negative, oh, but I don't have to worry about that because of this. So, well, then now it matters a little less there, doesn't it? Except for I'd only be able to put out maybe fewer tricks there. So I think I better, though, take advantage of that. Now, one thing, too, to keep in mind is the theater and its priorities is a little bit involved. If either one of us only had their magician going out, then the theater would not be contested. So it kind of goes back and forth until one or the other of us only... A lot of times there'll be 2 theater cards out here for the Heir. And if either one of us, me or the Heir, only has the magician left to put out, then immediately it's not contested, even though we might both have actions left in the theater. So until that occurs, and right now, this is non-magician who wants to go to the theater. I have my magician, but I also have a non-magician who wants to go, so it is contested. So if I don't take this, that'll be the first action that the heir takes. So I'm going to take and use my manager here. I'm going to use my manager because I want some money too. Knowing that this modifier isn't going to apply because of the prophecy, I'm just going to go right over here. And, it really doesn't matter because I don't have enough tricks to put out anyway. But I'll just take that spot and just because I feel good about using the prophecy. That's why. So I could technically put 3 tricks out there, right? Well, I've only got a couple tricks here. I happen to have some good escape tricks here. 2 of them. Water tank escape. And let's see here. I know there's some good spots up here. And so I wanted to take advantage of that. As you can see, I could place one here. Get a sweet link right there. And then I will put one over here. And, ooh, that's nice. Another sweet link right there. So we're going to get a link and a shard and a link there. I think I'm going to take, it's kind of all about the money in the beginning, isn't it? So, wait a second. I think I gave myself an extra one of these. Thought I changed in 5 for 4. So I am going to, I'm going to take this money right back and grab a shard. There we go. All right, so there is my action. Now we're going to go over to the heir, and it would, again, work its way left to right and looking for contested. And the theater is no longer contested because while I have my magician, we already went all over that. So it's not going to worry about this because basically I've already locked in my spot up there and I've taken advantage of all the trick placements, so there's no competition there anymore. So it's going to go straight to the next thing that's contested. That would be the dark alley. It's going to take this dark alley. It's going to go over here, and doesn't really matter where it puts it because either one of these spots is the best. Now when it goes to the dark alley, 2 things happen. And again, you can look up here, and it says flip a coin to decide if prophecies are moved. So it's going to decide if it's going to move this. It's going to roll. I just have the die here. And 1 to 3, it'll move, it'll cycle, and then 4 to 6, it won't. It is a 5, so it will not. Now, one thing I'd have to keep in mind, too, is with the Priest of Mysticism, if she had cycled, then she would have replaced one of those prophecies. But that didn't happen. She did not cycle those. So that's the first thing you do. Then you look, and we've got, what, 4 action points. Again, look over here. And you can see with 4 action points on normal, she's going to take 2 cards. And she's going to take the card she has the fewest of. And if there's a tiebreaker, she's going to work in this order. Theater, downtown, you can ignore the academy here, market row, workshop. So she's going to get 2 cards with her 3 actions. That's going to be the theater and downtown. Grabs this. We'll put that in her assignment cards. Theater and downtown. There we go. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about this stuff. The heir never takes into account that. It's only going to use it for an extra point, or if the heir has these cards in their hand at the end, just like us, going to score 2 fame points at the end of the game. So that's a simplified way that it just takes cards and is going to use them either for the action points or for fame points at the end. But you'll see some of these cards will have the heir putting out these dark alley cards. So that was the heir's turn. Back over to me. All right, I believe I need to make a little room here. I'm going to use my apprentice here. I'm going to slide these over to here for now. Now we're going to go back. I just got the one. I could spend that to reset my tricks too. Maybe I'm going to do that. Yep, I'm going to do that. Go ahead and prepare some tricks again. Now we go back over here. Nothing is contested. And again, the theater isn't contested, so it's just going to work its way left to right. And starting with downtown, it goes. So it's going to take this, put it on the highest one it can. That is going to give the heir to 4 action points. So downtown is the theater is fairly complicated, downtown's fairly complicated. Market Rose is real easy, dark alley is really easy. But now downtown, we look over here again, and we notice that 4 actions. On normal, it's going to take 2 dice now, and it's going to do it in this order. It's going to first try and learn some tricks if it has 2 or fewer tricks of the matching level. And it already does, so it's not going to try and learn any new tricks. Then it's going to try to hire a specialist that it doesn't have. And then it's going to try to hire an apprentice. It says here if 6 or less characters, but it's actually 5 or less when you're just playing the Dark Alley. And then it's going to go to take coins, the higher amount first, then the other, if able, and then back to hiring an apprentice, and it doesn't matter how many characters it has available on its board. Right now, it only has 4 characters available. So, it's going to skip the 2 tricks, because it's already got 2 tricks in its highest level, which is level 1. And so it's going to pass that up. If it was up, at level at 16 fame, it would do that. It would go for a level 16 trick. But going to hire a specialist if it doesn't have one. Let's take a look. It does not have the little bow tie specialist. So this will be its first die. It's going to 0 that out. We're going to go over here, grab a little bow tie. We'll just set that off to, we'll just set it off to the side like I usually do there. Then it would hire apprentice. So there just happens to be an apprentice out there too. So it's going to X that out as well. And gets its apprentice. And those are going to be the 2 dice it's taken. Of course, then it would move on to grabbing money and then back. And then eventually if it runs out of stuff and it has more dice to take, it just doesn't take any more dice. But that is the Heir's turn, the downtown action. Back over to me. Now I am going to go to Market Row. Market Row, got a little plan here. I've got 4 action points. Let's see here. I want to buy a birdie. So that's 1 action point, and then I want the discount with the other action point. So I'm going to buy this bird. I'm going to put it right here so it counts as 2 birds. That's going to cost me 1. And then for my other action, I want that Earl right there. So action point to buy that, and then 1 to give me a discount. Again, it's going to cost me 1. There is my oil, because I am going for a particular trick coming up. But that is my turn. Back over. Again, not contested. Let's see here. So downtown, then the theater. So now it's going to finally bust this theater out. So this guy's going to go. It wants to go closest to Sunday if possible, but there's only 1 spot available, and that is on Friday. Goes there, as you know, doesn't take into account any of the modifiers. It gets to place 1 trick according to the theater, and playing with 1 action gets to place 1 trick. 2 actions, 2, 3 actions, 3, but again, it varies depending on the difficulty you're playing. Wants to place the highest fame trick, and work its way left to right. Has to do it legally. There's nothing here left, so it's going to go over here. Going to grab the spirit hand, and we got to match up that little swirly symbol. And here, it wants to, it actually says it here too, preference. Heir's preference is wants to place where it has presence, then it wants to place where I have presence, and then left to right on the performance cards. So where it has presence on both these cards. Then it wants to place where I have presence, which is just this card. And so there's only 1 spot to put its trick, and that's right here. And legally, it can only go right there, and no link, so it doesn't get any fame. So that is nice. That is the Heir's turn. Back over to me. I will just take my Dark Alley here. I'm going to go right there. And let's see here. I just think I'm going to take this one. Thirst for Knowledge for me. We've got another action point here. I could cycle these. Well, I don't think it matters too much to me. I don't think I'm going to be setting up anything mechanically. Well, I might be. I'm just going to leave these as is. Goes back over to the Heir. Workshop. Takes its turn. Doesn't do anything. Even says right there, Workshop, do nothing. We like it. Back over to me. Lastly, I have my Magician. Going to go up. Sets himself up on stage. And it's showtime. because that is it. We've all placed our markers. And of course, I can choose between these two to perform in. Well, I've got two nice links there. One here. This is pretty low show, but this will give him his markers back as well. The Heir would get... So when the Heir performs, the markers actually just go right back on the trick. It doesn't, again, it skips the preparation. It just goes right back to prepared. So kind of like to avoid that, but I mean, it's kind of inevitable too. But the only advantage would be is if this slides off, it'll get fewer points, a lesser yield, but I would get nothing. So let's just do it. Let's do this more fun one. And if we perform, let's have the Heir perform first. That's going to get a total of 3, 2 is 5 fame, 2 money, and 1 shard. So 5 fame, 3, 4, 5 fame, 2 money, not my money. That's going to go here in its little spot, as well as 1 shard. So it's starting to climb up there towards that 10. I will get, now I perform, and for me I get 1 fame, 2 money, and a shard. 1 fame, 2 money, 1 shard. There we go. Now we go to the bonuses. So for mine, there's 2 linked tricks there. And with my Master of Chains over here, I get a bonus. I get to double that bonus. So I'm going to get, instead of 2 points, I'm going to get 4 points for those links. Anything that has to do with my tricks. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice. Then, happen to have our manager backstage. That's going to give us 3 money. Put these back, grab a 5. And lastly, for performing to that particular Riverside, we get a fame, which is kind of a bummer. That's going to swip our initiative. But this, for me, I don't get to get it prepared. It goes back to my main supply. However, the Heir gets to take these, puts them right back on its cards to be able to be set up later. Not cool, man. Okay, and that is it. We go through the general cheat sheet here I usually use over here. It tells us how to end our turn, so hopefully we don't miss anything. So I'll get to that and be right back. One small correction, that Masters of Chain actually only gave me 1 bonus point because my trick only had to do with 1 of those links, not both of them. So I got 3 points total for the links instead of 4. Puts me back here, which is awesome because now I get the initiative again. Okay, got everything reset, got new performance cards out, brought everybody back, moved that up, got the posters, cycled all of these cards around, got my characters put back. The one thing here is that the Heir did get a nice little haul of new helpers. So what we do here is, of course, it's kind of got little pictures here, it tells you, but Magician's going to go there. Now, it's going to place, before it places any of its apprentices, are always going to be placed last. So first we go with the specialist. Doesn't matter what specialist, it just matters of the fact that they got 2 action points. And then these apprentices go like that. And then you'll notice we ran out of room. This one goes up there. That is simply, it's not going to take any actions. It's just, if it gets all of its apprentice, then it's going to get some bonus points there. So, and if it gets its specialist, it's going to end up with 3 total apprentices there. It's going to give us extra points at the end of the game. Okay, so that is the end of round 2. Let's see about getting into round 3. All right, we're going to roll these dice just like normal to get started. And try not to destroy everything while we're at it. Okay, and we can't re-roll these die, so we got to roll these ones. And that actually keeps that staying the same. This does move there. Put the markers on those dice. Now, initiative order. So I stay there. We have myself. I'm going to advertise. for the chintzy wincy 1 coin. The Heir always advertises wherever it's at and for free. But that now puts us in the realm of the level 2 tricks. Got to figure out what I'm going to do here. And there we have it. I'm going to be setting up some tricks here, going to downtown, try and pick up a trick. And let's see what the Heir is going to do. So we discard this first. This was another setup card, had another setup card. Well, it was always a setup card to begin with. But then you get into the realm of, you know, we'd shuffled up when we set this deck, and there was 2 setup cards and a performance card coming up. So now we're, whatever, I think we're at 50-50 chance that this is a performance card. And, well, let's see what it is. And it is. So this is a performance card. So, and again, you'll notice it's called a performance card, not a setup card, because it has these 2 little symbols, one on the top, one on the bottom, instead of just one on the top. And so this is going to go one of 2 places. We haven't talked about this yet. It's going to go either here or here. The setup card always has to go on the bottom, the cards that we've been playing. This one can go either or. When it's up here, that means that the Heir is ready. It's ready for action, ready to get on stage and start performing. When it's down here, it's considered busy. That means he's still trying to prepare some tricks. And so the determining factor is, you look up here, are these tricks? Does he have at least 1 trick of his highest level available? Well, now that the Heir is up in the level 2 category, the orange category, the Heir does not. These are only level 1 tricks. The Heir could have a level 2 trick. So right now, the stance is going to be down here, considered busy, until the Heir has at least 1 level 2 trick. And so as soon as that happens, immediately this is going to go up, and that it could be right in the middle of the whole turn as well, that the stance can change. It doesn't stay one way or the other the whole turn. It will change immediately. But right now, we're here. He's busy. So the Heir now, let's get these cards out. Even so, with a performance card, he's going to have a lot of theater cards coming out. So that's good. This goes there, that goes there. So this is a Dark Alley card. That's what that symbol means. And this will go here because he has one. If the Heir didn't have one, then we would just skip that spot and continue on. And then no action would be taken there. But it does have that. And then we have, now it has a choice here between 2 of these downtown cards. But it has this plain symbol on it. So we're going to put the normal downtown on there. And then there's that. Okay. So as you can see, the Heir ramps up in difficulty because now he's got the characters to actually perform everything. And so now we have to start considering. Now we have the initiative, so we get to go first. But the Heir is going to be battling here because I've got 2 theater cards over there. The Heir has 3 over here. I've got a downtown card over there. The Heir has a downtown. Let's see here. Anything else contested? No. No, then Market Row. So we're contesting here the theater, downtown. Well, downtown, tell you what, 'cause I want a trick, but I have some options here, don't I? I've got, for the trick that I want, okay, that'll work out either way. But I really want this spot so I can get, I'd like to get some money and a trick. And I need that spot if I'm going to pull that off. However, then I'd be giving up some options over here. But I'm just going to be setting up tricks, so I'm not too concerned about winning that battle. So I am going to go downtown to start with. So downtown I go. I'm going to go there. 3, 4, 5. I am going to spend my shard to get... so I've got... I can take 2 dice. And I'm going to take this one. I want some money. Money's still always time. I got some expensive characters to pay off here. Then we're going to go up and we are going to grab a trick here. And I've got access to level 2 tricks now. And I am looking for the wolf cage. So let me see if I can find it here. There's the wolf cage. And I'm going to be setting it right here as well on my engineer so I can place 2 tricks on it. And there is that. And set these back up there. Okay, and then let's see here. It could matter, possibly, like, I mean, I could take either one of these because it's my favorite trick category, so I don't know. I'll get rid of this one. And then over here, I've X'd that out. I am done. Got my money, got my trick, and we'll go over here. So, according to priority. Contested, we go across and we look at contested first. The only thing left contested is the theater, and he wants to go, or the heir wants to go, starting with Sunday and working his way left, so wants to take the rightmost spot. Now, there's 3 options here. The heir is always going to place their magician last, so keep that in mind. It's not going to throw out the magician and lock up, you know, a day, because the magician will always go on the performance spot. It won't ever go up backstage, not the heir, not just what it doesn't play that way. So it's going to start with this one. So you work your way left to right, and in that way, it's going to be placing the, you know, the characters that have the most action points. So we'll be placing this first, and it's going to go from Sunday over. So Sunday over, that's the first available spot. It's going to ignore any modifiers. Well, it's 0 anyway. 2 means it's going to place, according to our difficulty level, 2 tricks, starting from left to right. And it's going to place rabbit from the top hat, optical trick. It's going to go up here. And again, first wants to place on a playbill that has its token. That's not available. Then it would want to place where we have a trick, and so it's going to want to place it on here. It's going to want to do it the best possible way. Can it create a link with its optical? It's got to go here, or it's got to go here. Neither one creates a link, so in that case it goes reading order, top to bottom, left to right. So we will set that right there. No link is created, but that's only 1 trick. So now the spirit hand. This is, was that illusion? I'm not sure what that little squiggly symbol is, but now, again, wants to place where it has a trick and where I have a trick. So it definitely wants to put it on this theater, but again, it cannot create a link, and the only spot left is right there. So that is what the heir does, and it's back over to me. And so I've got myself this wolf cage. I don't have to really, well, yeah, now I might want to, I need to start battling for positions out there, but I don't have the tricks that I really want to do. So I've got to go to the workshop here and get some wolf cages set up. So I didn't even assign anything to the wolf cage. We'll assign clubs to that, and now I can put 2 trick markers on here thanks to my engineer. But unfortunately, over here, the heir is going to keep going because this area is still contested, because there's theater here, and once one of us only has their magician left, then the theater will no longer be contested. But at this point, again, we're still contesting the theater, trying to get tricks out, and so the heir is going to do it again. Oh, yeah, no, this comes out there. Goes there, and then there's going to be 2 more tricks that are going to come out. However, can only do 1 trick. So that is excellent. It's going to be the little squiggly guy again. And this is going to come out, and let's see here. So once this is, so again, it wants to go on where it has tricks, then it wants to go where both the heir and I have tricks, and then it's going to go left to right. So it's going to place this here where it can hopefully get a link going, and it looks like, again, no matter how it puts its little thing down, so nope, can't. And then it's going to go left to right, so reading order, and I can choose if it can go here or here. I can determine which one I like. I like it right there because then I might create a link off of that. Okay, it is now back over to me, and in fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. I'm going to go up and set it up on Thursday, which is kind of a bummer. I'm going to get some negative points for setting up on Thursday. But I will place, let's go ahead and place the wolf cage out here. We've got some links, and then let's do the water tank escape as well. 1 of each. And let's see what we got. This one, we're going to want to go here and get those. What am I doing? Let's just get, do we want 2 points? No, we want 2 money. I'm going to get the money. Go. And then we've got another escape trick to set up, but we're going to place this right, oh my gosh, why wouldn't I do it right there, huh? Oh, I didn't even, look at that, link and a shard. So we're going to get 1 point, though, because that's just a level 1 trick. So another coin and a shard. Most excellent. Now we go back over here, and now nothing is contested because theater only has, well, and I'm all done. No, I still got one at the theater. But even though I have a character at the theater, so does the Heir. One of us has just the magician, so it's no longer contested. So now the Heir has gone through here and dealt with all the contested areas, and now it's going to go to downtown. So it's going to take this. The Heir is going to go up here. And with 2 action points, we can see on normal it's going to get 1 die. And according to this, it says learn a trick. If there's less than 2 tricks of the matching level, it is now level 2, so it's going to get a trick. And it's going to use this, and it's going to get its favorite trick, or not its favorite trick. It's going to get mechanical trick. And it's going to look, and it wants to draw randomly from the level 2 tricks. So now we don't have to worry about there being any lesser, a little, remember had to remove the easiest level 1 trick. We don't have to do that in this case. We just need to get all the level 16s. We need to shuffle them up. Well, I'm not going to shuffle up. I'm just going to grab this one. And then we'll set that up here in a second after I do a little bit of cleanup. And now we're going to set this up, and we're looking again at the fame. So this is fame 2. So this actually, even though it's a higher level trick, it is less fame than this one. So this is going to stay in this spot, which is interesting. And then it's going to go to shards. So to break the tie here, so it's a level 2 fame, and then it has 1 shard. That's the first tiebreaker, but then it does produce more money. So this will go here, this will go here, and now we're going to assign a trick marker to that. That's going to be this heart for the heck of it, and then we have to look, and we have to put in the shopping list area one of each of those. So that is a little gear symbol. It already has the bird symbol, and it already has that cloth symbol. So it's just going to add that to the shopping list. So, because it has all the other components. So that is it for the Heir. It's back over to me. And I am, well, let's see here. I'm just going to I'm going to keep plugging away and adding more tricks. I was forgetting. I could have added one more trick with that +1 modifier, but then I could have added lots of tricks. But anyway, so you know what? That totally makes more sense then, right? Because rather than spending this, I will just place this 3rd trick from my manager back last turn. We're going back in time. I'm going to place this, and I'm going to have placed it right there and have simply gotten a coin with that. And now on my turn, instead of placing this, I'm not going to use this. That'll save me a couple bucks. We're just going to go straight to the dark alley. And kind of a waste. I mean, it's a waste of an action, but it also saves me some money, so that's not a bad thing. And then I can grab a couple of these. And I think I'm going to... Ooh, this is interesting. I like this. I like this black market where I can pick up shards. That is a nice one. And then... Ooh, and then with that, that's a nice, it goes right with Empower here. Enhance a character, I can get lots more action points using shards. So that, I think, is good and good. Now we'll go back over here. We've got the initiative here. It went down. Okay, so now as soon as it got this trick, as soon as it got that trick, I was saying this immediately changes. Now it has at least 1 level 2 trick. The stance immediately changes, and now it starts using this priority list. Another thing I can see I forgot to put, remember when the Heir gets new tricks, immediately gets prepared tricks on it. And so to the market row we go, because again, places that last. And market row, we'll take this. There you go. And now we're going to look and see what, we'll grab the shopping list here, and we're going to see what tricks or any materials here that match up. Yes, the bird does. So we can discard the bird, and then these would randomly get placed am kind of mixing them up over here. These would get randomly placed in reading order, top to bottom. There we go. And these are going to switch over at the correct time. And that was Market Row. And if you recall, I decided not to do my last action there. And that leaves the Magician coming out, and it's performance time, because we have placed all our workers. And so, the only performance going to occur is going to be the Heir. And so the Heir is going to look, and the Heir always wants to get the most fame for it. So you'll look at the links that would be created by the particular card, and then its bonus. And whatever a card has, and it has to have at least one of its own tricks on there. So the Heir looks not going to perform here. The links here would be 1 fame for that, 1 for that, so 2 fame, but it doesn't have any doesn't have any tricks there. So let's go over here. We've got just one link, and then money, so that's just only worth 1 fame, so that's not great. But over here we've got 2 links, and 1 fame for the bonus, that's 3. This is going to be where the performance occurs. So, the Heir doesn't have to worry about any modifiers. Again, when it places its helpers backstage, it doesn't look at these modifiers. When it performs, it doesn't matter where it performs at on what day. It ignores these modifiers, negative or positive, no matter where it's at. So it's kind of simplified. Also ignores anything that the prophecies might add to it. So it's pretty straight up, but I don't. Unfortunately, I prepared a trick backstage on Thursday, so my tricks are not going to do so well here. So I've got both my tricks out there, so that's nice. We're going to be doing a little wolf cage action, a little water tank escape, but I'm going to get -1 on each trick. So no fame for that, 2 fame for this, and then 1 money for that, 2 money for this. So that is a total of only 2 fame and 3 money. What a bummer. And then 2 shards though. So 2 fame, 3 money, and 2 shards. And we'll go ahead and put that there. 3 money, we'll make some change. 2 shards. And then we're going to see what, with the performance there, Spirit Hand, the Heir is going to get 2 fame, 1 money, and 1 shard. 2 fame, 1 money, and a shard. There he goes. Then we're going to look here and start going down. So the way this works too is a little bit different. As it goes down here and it looks at the extra bonuses for performance, the link works the same, and it's got 2 links here, so that's going to be 1, 2 fame for that. But then this backstage bonus here, it doesn't really score the way we would with this whole table. Depends on the difficulty. And you'll look over here, and it says performance phase. For instead of backstage bonus, pay a flat bonus as follows. Normal, 2 money per character. So we're playing on normal level. It's going to get 4 money. So we'll go ahead and make some change. Put this back. 5 money over here. Now the Heir has 7 money. As soon as it has 10, it's going to trade it in for 3 points. But then it's also going to get the particular theater bonus. So there the Heir is. Performance is over. My tricks are going to go back to unprepared status. The Heir, however, trick is going to go right back to the prepared status right there. And that is it. I don't perform at all, and we would just go through all the cleanup as normal. I think you've seen it all. I think we've gone over everything, all the complexities that this offers for the most part. Of course, not including the Academy, but it's all kind of right there too. The solo player aid, highly recommend it. Checking that out constantly so you kind of make sure you're on track, and because it certainly offers a worthy opponent, the Heir here. And I think I'll keep it at that. I appreciate you watching. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns or anything. That was Trickerion and how to use the Heir to play solo. I'm boardgamerants. I appreciate you watching. And I'm out.